Previously on Jeep Roscoe. You non-Australian viewers, bacon comes in various sizes in Australia. So yes, a lovely little spot. There's a link below in the comments. The good thing about a jet boil is it really doesn't take very long to heat up. Okay, so we're heading down to Albany today. And of course with the name Delilah, which literally means Wales. How could I not go there? So effectively I would have done the Nullarbor in 2 days. Quite famous. Yeah, they really got some nice beaches. So we're just coming into Albany, the start of Albany, and most towns in Australia have these what they call information bays. So they're just not quite an information centre, just something of general information to give you an idea. So you know, you just pull in off the main road and it's just a little bay and it's got a map and some things to see. So like, for example, welcome to Albany. You know, it's got some tasting breweries, some sites. Visit Mount Barker. That's where we just come from. Four-wheel drive explorers, etc. You know, just little things like that. On the map, just a local town map. So essentially on my first visit I only really knew about this little point. It was only on the second visit that I realised it was all this and all of this. I still haven't been over this part, but yeah, it's a lot bigger than I initially thought. Basically, I originally just came in here and stayed here and drove back out. So yeah, we'll explore Albany a little bit more over the next couple of days. As you can see, there's a lot on offer. They do have a regional airport. We're roughly 6 hours drive from Perth. There's a little town map then of the visitor centre. That's where we're heading to. And some things to do along the south coast. And then the Gap is that's the Gap. Quite one of the landmarks in Albany to see when you're here. That's one of the back beaches. I am going to try and see if I can see orcas once I'm here. There's the Wind Farm Walk. And West Cape Howe National Park. Finally, the Giants is further up towards Bunbury. It's in Walpole/Denmark kind of area. We will be stopping there on the way through. But yeah, let's go check it out. Civilization. So Albany's quite nice. I mean, it's a decent sized settlement without being too big. I think it's about 25,000, something like that. The 3 anchors in Middleton Bay in Albany for lunch. It was recommended to me. They stop doing breakfast at 11 and they don't start doing lunch till 11:30. So they're open, but they don't do anything. What the hell is the point of that? Oh, and by the way, just in case you think I'm being funny about it, they didn't tell me when I walked in that, sorry, we're not actually doing anything right now. They'd be like, yeah, we're open. Order at the bar when you're ready. Try to order. Yeah. Oh, sorry, we can't do that right now. Look, I understand about getting the change over from breakfast to lunch, but Jesus, this isn't the bloody Hilton, you know what I mean? Christ's sake, get a grip. Unsuccessfully going to the Free Anchors, I went across the road to Habla. It's a Little Creatures pub. Had the Guinness pie and mash. I gotta say, it was awesome, even if I did have to wait 40 minutes for it. Very good. Okay, let's go find somewhere to camp. Campsite sorted, it was time to explore before it got dark. This is the gap, a natural, well, it used to be a bridge there, but it's now just a gap in Torndirrup National Park, one of several national parks surrounding Albany, this one just to the west. Is home to some spectacular scenery, some interesting geological formations, and also happens to be a nice place to watch sunset. Let's go take a closer look. This tells you a little bit of the geological history of the Gap and of Albany. It was once part of Gondwanaland. A little bit about the Aboriginal history. And that sunset's just getting better and better. There's little diagrams here showing you how the bridge was formed. Weathered and eroded. And of course, how the gap was formed in the end on the other one. Yeah. The sun's actually gone down now. It was rather beautiful. The sky is still rather beautiful. And before all light goes, we'll go over and have a quick look at the gap. So this boardwalk definitely wasn't here last time I was here. It goes out over the water and actually wobbles as you walk on it. So once again, not for the faint of heart. It's quite a drop down to the water. Last time I was here was on a very windy day, which was a lot more impressive wave action, but still, I mean, just look at that. It rushes in there sometimes and blows right up there. Not like there's also blowholes down the coast. I've never ceased to be amazed by the magnanimity and the force of the ocean. As you can see, the sun is gone. And yeah, this actually wobbles as you walk on it. It's a little bit disturbing, but better than the glass ones. Alright, so that was the gap and the bridge in Torndirrup National Park, which is just to the west of Albany. One of several national parks we'll be exploring. It's getting quite nippy now, so I think I'll go and get some fish and chips on the way back. And there's Delilah in the car park. There's one other person there who hasn't got out to their van. Just been filming out the window from the dashboard. It's not that cold. I mean, it's a bit nippy, but it's not that cold. I've got 3 layers on, granted, but it's not that nippy. And as you can hear, you know, the wind, there is a breeze, but it's not like windy. And I'm hoping you can hear me okay, because I can't find my Levianta microphone at the moment. God knows what I've done with it. There's another little lookout where you can watch the sunset, and a little bit about how the boardwalk was formed. See It's got a date on here somewhere, maybe. No. No. Looks like the rock around here is nice. I made a joke to myself walking up the bluff knoll the other day. I said, "Oh, schist, that's nice." It's a little geological joke. Yeah, I did my degree in geology. So nice is a metamorphic rock, quite similar to schist, only it's been put under so much force that it regularly forms bands in the rock. I'll see if I can find some to find. But schist, granite, nice. They're all bedfellows, usually found together, just because of the forces that kind of make these rocks are quite common. But beautiful part of the park. We'll be exploring this a little bit more. So far, Albany's just blown me away. I mean, every time I come here I find new parts of it. I'm driving around it today. Oh, look at the pinks in the sky over there, that's nice. So driving around it today, I'm just reminded of so many places. You know, parts of Albany remind me of San Francisco. Parts of it remind me of Lerwick in the Shetland Islands. Parts of it reminds me of Dunedin in New Zealand. It's quite weird. But yeah, look, this is the time to come down here. There's not another soul out enjoying this. If we come back tomorrow at the middle of the day, this will be chocker. Absolutely chocker. And I guess some people don't want to venture very far to see a sunset. There we go. Alright, let's go see if we can find the best fish and chips in Albany. The other people are going, like, they didn't want to get out of the car at all. But yeah, I'm glad I drove this way. I mean, it was about half an hour drive. Well worth it, I think you'd agree. So there's a couple of fish and chip shops. Well, there's quite a few fish and chip shops in Albany, but there's a couple that claim to do the best. The lady in the tourist information centre told me one was officially the best in WA, and the pamphlet she gave me told me it was the other one. So I think I'll go with the pamphlet tonight, and maybe later in the week, because I'm here until Wednesday, I'll try the other one and give you my verdict. But yes, look at that pinks in the sky, that's rather nice. Let's see if we can get a picture of Delilah with the pinks behind her. The camp kitchen at the Big 4 campsite, which is like almost $50 a night, and compared to the last place in the Brunch, it is rubbish. No plates or anything, just two little stove tops and a barbecue. This is for hundreds of people. You know, no utensils, anything. It's just absolutely rubbish. And this is like $50 a night for a campsite. Shame only a Big 4. They say 90% of dust is made out of human skin. It's not hard to believe, actually. So my feet are now peeling after the sunburn in Esperance. been moisturising them daily in the hope that this wouldn't happen, but when climbing up the mountains, you form like little kind of blister type things with the sweat underneath the dead skin, and then it's only a matter of time before it all peels. Oh well, my back is a lot worse. Whilst this is happening, it's all quite itchy. Until it's all back to normal, it'll be quite irritable. Just in case anybody out there wants to buy this dead skin, I will mail it to you. Just get in touch and we can sort out a price. I'm just joking, or am I? So it's quite a drab, overcast and windy day in Albany today. So we're going to go and explore the blowholes, because I've been told that you need a good windy day for dramatic effects. Better take a raincoat. Well, let's go and find out. So the other side of that lighthouse is where we were for the gap and the National Bridge. We will go and have a look at the lighthouse later. This is the walk down to the blowholes. These are some kind of banksia trees as well. See the kind of big, like, toilet brush type blooms that they have. I want to say it's king banksia, but I'm not, my botany isn't brilliant, but we shall look it up. The blowholes themselves are probably best part of a kilometre away from the car park, most of it downhill, so that means you're going to be going uphill on the way back. I just passed some people who said that the blowholes are not quite blowing today. It is windy, but apparently not windy enough. But the views on the way down are quite fantastic anyway. I'm guessing some people go out and have a look over there. They do warn you not to go to the edge of the cliffs because there's a bit of an overhang usually. These look like limestone. But something like this one should be fine. It is slightly overcast today, but it still looks very nice. The path at this point is interrupted by some igneous rock. I think it's a granite. Look, oh, that's unconformity there. Look, you got limestone on top of a granite. Anyway, and then picks up the other side. So don't be alarmed if you come to the bottom of the path and go, yeah, where do we go from here? You've just got to peek a little bit over at the top and you can see the path continues the other side. Okay, at this point it seems that health and safety goes a little bit out the window. You come to the end of the path and there's this big rocky outcrop, and then there's a sign, a small little sign here saying blowholes are 33 meters to the left. So as you can probably tell from the audio at this point, I'm now doing a voiceover because on the day it was just simply too windy. So here I'm just trying to say about the signage for the blowholes, which is 33 meters to the left, down what looks like a very steep gradient. As I said, like, health and safety seems to have gone out the window at this point, but as long as you keep your wits about you. So this is the holes in the rock where the blowholes shoot up from. As you can probably see when I pan around, the cracks are forming across the like a shelf here into a crevice. There's a cave underneath us where you can hear the waves crashing in. Ordinarily, where there's a bit of pressure, they build up and shoot up through these holes to show the blowholes. So at some point in the future, this will probably all crack off and smash into the sea, but for the time being, we've got these blowholes when it is particularly blustery, but I wasn't today. So this is Goode Beach, or Goode Beach, I'd say Goode Beach on the peninsula still, but this is on the eastern side of the peninsula facing Albany and is not part of the national park. But I just wanted to point out, they've got these signs on all the beaches and places I've stopped with access codes, so you can give it to emergency services if there is an accident. Very good, isn't it? A little boardwalk down to the beach itself. And I have to say, I'm not a huge beach person, but look at that. It's a little bit blustery today, but still, I mean, look at the colour on the water. The end of the peninsula you can see over there in front of us is back in the national park. But as you can see, there's people living here. As you can see, this is an absolutely stunning beach. Even on this blustery day, beautiful sands. The sand is so soft here. Turquoise waters. And look at all these inlets. Islands. Albany is just through there, behind this other peninsula. This peninsula, by the way, is Vancouver Peninsula, which juts off the current peninsula we're on, which I can't remember the name, where Torndirrup National Park is. And yeah, there's a little bench there underneath the awning. I was just sitting there. Before I knew it, I'd been sitting for 20 minutes just staring out at this bay. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, quite a fantastic little beach, Goode Beach. And as I said, even on this blustery day, which is quite overcast in places, yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. Now, what are some of these purple shells? So I've just driven up this hill. There's a little walk you can do in the lookout. There's another walk you can do over there. There's another one you can do down there. There's nobody else here. I just, on my way around, the peninsula we're on, by the way, is the Flinders Peninsula, and the other one that juts off it is the Vancouver Peninsula. Now, it doesn't look like there's any easy way to get down to the end of Flinders Peninsula. All the roads I kind of go down say no through road or dead end or turn back. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to get down there. But I've just stopped here, and all of a sudden I just feel absolutely knackered, you know, like really, really tired. And all of a sudden my mood has just shifted, and now I just don't feel like doing anything today. It's like as if all the energy is just drained away from me. So I just decided to stop and make a cup of tea. I don't know if it'll help, but I cup of tea, you know, solves everything. So yeah, that if this mood kind of persists, then I might just go back to town and just maybe do a museum or something, or just go back to the campsite and just chill out. I had a decent night's sleep last night, so I don't think it's because I'm overly tired. I woke up feeling fine, you know, and yeah, I just need to snap myself out of it, I guess. But you know, I guess when things like this happen, you know, it's just when your mood dips or whatever. I just wanted to show you it's not all, you know, peaches and the light, peaches and milk, honey and milk, whatever that saying is. Times I guess where all you just want to kind of do is just collapse on the sofa and watch a bit of TV or something. Well, you don't have that luxury. So yeah, it's a cup of tea and my extendable stool, because my camping chair is back at the campsite. And yeah, we'll have a cup of tea and let's see how it goes. So it turns out that this stop, Stony Hill, was a big observation point during both World War One and World War Two. World War Two in particular, because there's this sign. All the kind of shipping transport from the eastern states of Australia passed around the south to the UK. So this was a very strategic point, and they worried that it was going to fall into enemy hands. So they built these observation points. In 1942, the US Navy submarine fleet transferred from Fremantle to Albany and set up a signal station at the forts, which is just down the coast a wee bit, which kind of reinforced the kind of region, because the UK was a bit stretched at the time. But yeah, it's a nice little circuit we can do, so we'll just have a little walk. And it's also got this little bit about Banksias I was talking about earlier. This is look closely at the flower spike of a Banksia. It contains hundreds or even thousands of individual flowers. These are the little things coming off that look a bit like a toilet brush. It also goes on to say that the tiny tube-like flowers mature from the base of the flower and spike upwards, opening to offer nectar and pollen to honey possums, birds and insects. Yeah, so bushy Banksias. I'll actually say what species of Banksia. So here we are. We got Albany or granite Banksia, swamp Banksia, oakleaf Banksia, honeyleaf Banksia, cutleaf Banksia, coastal and slender Banksia, and bull Banksia. And these are the different flowering times of year. So we're currently early December, so we can see the hollyleaf Banksia, which are the ones depicted here with leaves that look like a holly bush. We also could see the cutleaf Banksia, but that's just really toward the end of its blooming cycle. The coastal and slender Banksia and bull Banksia. So we keep our eyes open for some of these. If you're wondering where the name Banksia comes from, it comes from Banks, who was basically on the initial voyage with Captain Cook. The name eludes me now, Banks, but he was basically one of the founders of the voyage. Initially, Cook didn't like the fact that he was on board, but they become very solid friends, and he went on to give names to loads of plants and discover species, both plants and animals, flora and fauna, across Australia, and many things bear his name to this day. So some of them he would have named himself, and some would be named in honour of him. I want to say Jordan Banks, but I don't think it's Jordan Banks. The name will come to me. But yes, him and Cook were great friends and by the end. Right, let's go and see what we can find. Oh, look, a bee. I'm once again sitting with my back to the wind and have my little lavalier mic, so hopefully that's sheltering it adequately. adequately. If not, I'm going to have to do a voiceover or all this later, but yeah, if you get, you drive almost to the top here and then you just walk around this big circuit, and it's up to you if you want to go up these boulders or not. But yes, the views are fantastic, and there's no one here. I was hoping there was going to be some remnants of the bunkers from World War II, the observation bunkers, but I can't see any. I just saw like a big concrete slab with tie-down islets on it, but other than that I can't see any kind of evidence of human interaction. Really. Let me show you some of these views. That's the road we came in on yesterday. That little car park there you can see on the edge of the cliffs. That's the Blowholes car park where we were earlier. Behind there there's another little peninsula with a lighthouse on it. The other side of that is the Gap and Natural Bridge where we were for sunset last night. And that's the island I pointed out earlier. Now you can see the road that goes up through the middle of Torndirrup National Park, and off in the distance you can see our big wind farm, which you can actually visit, and I might visit on the way back if I've got time. So my apologies, but once again at this point the wind just destroyed the audio, so I'm now doing a voiceover. These are some of the views from the top of the rock that I was sitting on, looking towards Albany. That really nice sandy beach you can see down there with the turquoise waters is Goode Bay, where we just come from. Shoal Bay is to the left over there, which is at the back end of Albany. And outwards you got King George's Sound, which is incidentally where all the ships with troops left from to go to World War One. These were the safest harbour waters in this part of Australia, and was the last place that all the ships left from. So many people would have seen this for the last time when they were set off for World War One. But yeah, it really shocked me up here. The views were just spectacular. These nice rocky outcrops, including the one I was sitting on, which looks a bit like a Thundercat. And yeah, there was nobody up here. No one at all. And there's the Thundercat, as I call it. It just, every time I looked at it, just reminded me of Thundercats, to be honest. Looking out towards the west coast and the Blowholes where we were earlier. And yeah, spectacular sweeping views here, all the way across the Flinders Peninsula, the Vancouver Peninsula you can see just to the left there, and down towards the bottom end of Flinders Peninsula. But yeah, all in all, just spectacular scenery basically. This did help to lift my spirits a bit. My mood shifted significantly. And yeah, I just set off to explore here a little bit more to see if I can find some remnants of the World War II outpost. So I've just found a plaque here, marks the site of the RAAF warning radar station. A little plaque marking the officers and signalmen and telegraphics and cooks who were involved with the site. As for any structures, well, there's a bit of concrete at the top there, so we'll go up and investigate that. But there is actually a plaque here, that's good. Yeah, it still looks like a cat to me, or Thundercat to be more precise. Still all on the road. Oh. Next week on Jeep Roscoe. Welcome to Albany's wind farm. Pretty much feel like I'm fighting against my body today. there is indeed a visitor centre. Let's have a look at the short song. My territory, but I'm not going to attack you.